Hello again, this is the Professor with another actual commentary this time. Today we're going to be looking at a user known as Codebreaker1337. Now this user attempted to do a series of reviews on the Castlevania series. Well, at least all the games after Symphony of the Night. Now I have watched a few of these and obviously have some issues with his reviews, hence the commentary I'm going to be doing. Now, we're going to be looking at these games in the chronological order as far as I believe. We're going to go ahead and get started with his review of Aria of Sorrows on the Game Boy Advanced.
Yo, what's up everybody? This is Codebreak1337 with the Game Boy Advance game Aria of Sorrow. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow.
Now, I have to ask, has anyone else noticed the first issue with this review? Well, if you haven't, it's very simple. He isn't even playing the game. He is using a playthrough that he found on YouTube as reference material for his review.
And this game was the first, not the first Castlevania game I played, but definitely the first one that I played in years. And it was outright incredible. And this is what got me hooked on every Castlevania, with my personal favorite now being none other than Symphony of the Night. Anyway, though.
Well, at least I have to say you have good taste in games, or maybe just the intelligence to claim the popular favorite as your own favorite so as you don't alienate the fans of the series.
This is being made by Ryo Zukin on YouTube because I do not own this game right now.
And there we go, people. This is the first rule of making a video game review. Own the freaking game. Or at least use an emulator. You cannot, I repeat, cannot do a good review unless you actually play the game. Now, I know that you said you've played this game, but going by the current evidence we have in front of us, we can't trust your statement, which means for the most part, anyone watching your video is not going to take you seriously, and you're not going to be a credible reviewer to them.
So all credit goes to him for the video. I'm just going to give a little bit of a review on it as he did his gameplay video. You should also check him out on YouTube. In this game, he's at the menu screen right now. Tons of weapons in this game. There's souls, the bullet souls, which are basically like spells which you could cast or shoot. Then there's familiars that could be associated to another button.
And what exactly do these familiars do? Can you give us some examples? Or even examples of the spells that you can cast and the abilities you can use from what you stated previously.
And that's your guard soul, they're called. And they're a little different than the bullet souls because you don't actually shoot them.
Well, if you don't shoot them, then what do you do with them? Can you maybe, I don't know, explain some of the details in this game?
And then finally there's passive ability souls, which are yellow. And there's tons of them in the game, tons of them to collect. And the more you collect them, the more powerful they become.
Okay, how do you collect the souls in the game to power them up? What if someone who has never played this game before was watching this to get an idea of the game? Your comments really would not be helping them at this point.
This game can last you a very long time. Not to mention the possibility of speedruns in this game and all the other unlockable moves and types of stuff you can get in this game. There's also different moves you acquire throughout playing the game.
And what kind of moves? What are these moves good for? Would you please explain and expand on what you're talking about and the points you are trying to make?
Speedrun's always an option, great option for this one. And finally, one of the best parts of the game is after you beat the game once completely, you then get Julius Belmont mode, which is a whole nother different way to play the game.
Okay, what makes the speedruns so great, and how is the Julius mode so much different from the original mode of the game?
And it's actually very incredible. Julius Belmont is very fun to play as, and hopefully I'll do a run-through speedrun of this game eventually.
Well, that's never going to happen if you don't have the game, now is it? But then again, you'll probably just look up one on YouTube and record it with your camera and say, ooh, look at speedrun, ooh, I uploaded a speedrun, never mind that it's someone else's speedrun that I uploaded.
I don't know how I'm going to film it without the Game Boy Advance player. I might have to pick one of those up, but making a long story short, the graphics here are decent, but they do the trick, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. Usually, in a good review, the reviewer would explain what they're talking about. Not say, well, if you know what I mean. They would actually usually explain what it is that they mean. I never wanted to use a nostalgia critic in any of my commentaries, any of his jokes, but by God, am I tempted to do so today.
Gameplay is incredible. The music, Heart of Fire soundtrack is excellent. Everyone should look out for the soundtrack in this game, which is incredible. And I just can't say anything really bad about this game. I mean, it's just it was my first Castlevania, and if you haven't played Castlevania, you gotta check this one out.
Wait, I thought you said that this was not your first Castlevania game that you played. Let's go ahead and take a look, shall we?
And this game was the first, not the first Castlevania game I played, but definitely the first one that I played in years.
Well, you know what? It seems that I caught you in a contradictory statement now, didn't I?
It's got the RPG elements in it, and is but a platformer still at heart. With the RPG elements in it, makes this for excellent gameplay.
What do you mean by RPG elements? It would be really nice if you gave some details on these RPG elements instead of just saying that the game has RPG elements in it.
So long story short, this game is that good. I mean, I don't know exactly. I'm gonna have to throw an 8.5 at it, or yeah, let's go with an 8.7 exactly out of 10. And for me, that's really good.
And why exactly are you giving it these different scores? What exactly counted against it to cause the score to drop? These are the kinds of things a video game review needs.
So, well, that's it. That's all I gotta say about it. Definitely get this game. It's worth getting a Game Boy Advance just to play this game, or the DS with the Game Boy Advance backwards compatibility. So, pick up this game. We're gonna do the rest of the Castlevanias, and that's about it. Signing off, Cobreak1337 with a definite buy. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Peace.
Well, that was the end of the very first review I'm going to be covering with this guy, and thankfully the last two are only about a minute and a half each. Now, I do realize through this last one I asked a lot of questions that that most people will be like, well, I know the answer to that, but then again, you have to remember, a lot of people who watch video game reviews are people who've never played the game, so they're trying to get an idea of what the game is like. And if you're giving nothing but these blank statements of, oh, well, point here, yeah, about this, and then you don't explain why you said that. Oh, the gameplay is good. Why? Well, I don't know. You're not going to give this new player any real information or reason to play this game. I've played the game before. I've played all the games that he's covering here. I love Castlevania. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get back to the commentary, and we're going to look at him covering Harmony of Dissonance for the Game Boy Advance.
Yo, everybody, what is up? This is Cobreak1337 once again with another Castlevania for the Game Boy Advance. This one's Harmony of Dissonance.
And once again, you're using another person's video instead of your own. I am so glad you stuck to this broken method.
And unlike Aria, I do not like this one that much. But it's not really a bad game. This is actually somebody's speed run. And Vukino, his name is Vukeno on YouTube. Check him out. And the speedrun, this guy must be a good player because he's really ripping through the game right now. But I want to get into a little bit of a review about the gameplay. The game is set up for a speedrun, which is always good.
Wait, so the whole game is set up for speedruns? How exactly is this game set up to do that? I would really love to know why.
So you got the Vampire Killer Whip, and you're Justy or Justice or Just Belmont, which isn't really one of the coolest characters in the game. I don't know why he's so pale, but I don't know. In this game, I don't think he's that cool. I don't like what he looks like, what he wears.
Okay, so you don't like the game because of the character's looks. Why do I have a feeling you're going to be screaming about the classic Sonic sometime in the near future?
And all that. So this guy is ripping it though right now. He really is. So it makes the game look a lot more fun than it is normally.
Hey, guy, gameplay, controls, graphics, storyline, music, did you forget these things? You know, the normal things a game reviewer will look at when reviewing a video game? Or are you just going to sit here and talk about how good that guy is at playing the game the whole time?
But I did play this one for a little bit, and it's good, but it's just not great and not up to par with everything else. I mean, I don't like the sub-weapon system, the way you play the game.
Oh, wow, an actual complaint? Are you going to, expand on that? Something is telling me that no, you are not going to explain why you don't like the sub-weapon system and why you don't like the gameplay of this, do you? Are you?
I just don't like it. And see, I didn't remember much about it, so
You know, maybe if you played it while reviewing, you might remember these items that you said you forgot while you're playing it. How hard is this really? I have done game reviews in the past and movie reviews in the past, but I always had the source material in front of me. Why is this so hard for you to do?
it's very so-so, this game. Never beat it. Almost came close, though. And long story short, this game was a 5.0 out of 10. So, actually give it a 5.5 or 5.6 out of 10 because it's smack in the middle between good and bad.
You know, I really do love it when a reviewer keeps changing their mind on a score of a game without explaining the pros and cons and why this game gets the specified score.
It's average at best, or average at the worst. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance speedrun. Pick it up, though, just if you're a collector.
Wait, do you want me to pick up the speedrun or the game itself? You weren't really clear with that last statement.
If you don't like Castlevania, then definitely dodge this one. Codebreak1337, YouTube, peace.
Oh, okay. Oh, alright. Only one left. I can make this through the as much as this is hurting. I can make it through this. I just really hate it when someone makes a mockery of one of my favorite game series. The problem is that this last review where he looks at Dawn of Sorrow for the DS is the worst out of the three. Castlevania fans, you have been forewarned.
You know, what's up? It's Codebreak1337 with Dawn of Sorrow, a little bit of a game trailer I found off YouTube, so I don't have the DS right now.
What? Oh, well, that's nice. At least in the other reviews, you had the decency to at least find some gameplay on the YouTubes. But no! You decided to use a game trailer for this one. Well, that just makes perfect sense. Next time I do a movie review, I'm just going to show the movie poster the whole time and don't show anything that will support my arguments in the least bit. That's completely perfect.
This is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, the sequel to Aria of Sorrow, and right away, I mean, the graphics are better.
Well, you know, I might actually agree with you a little bit here, but, you know, for some reason I can't see the in-game graphics to make my own opinion out of this.
But it's the same exact weapons, the same stuff as Aria of Sorrow. Just because the graphics are better and they change the story, to me, doesn't make a difference. I couldn't beat the game, it was too much like Aria.
Okay, so they changed the graphics and the story, but it was still too much like Aria of Sorrow because the weapons are the same. You know that this is like saying Castlevania 3 or 4 is too much like the first Castlevania, so it can't be a good game. Hell, I could say that Aria of Sorrow is too much like Symphony of the Night, all because the weapons are the same. You do realize that the gameplay for Castlevania pretty much doesn't change. After Symphony of the Night, for the most part, they all followed that same system. Other than the few that came out that are in the 3D age, in this 3D era, and they thought that Castlevania would do good in that style, but it hasn't yet. All of the portables, though, have played exactly the same, with that Symphony of the Night style, which is nothing more than Super Metroid style anyway.
And that's all I gotta say about it. So you can't just make a replica of the same exact game and add some anime in the beginning and expect to milk it. Not me. You're not gonna get me like that, Konami. Even though you did, and I bought the DS and the game.
Oh, well, that's nice. You do own the game, but you couldn't use your camera to record some actual gameplay? Did you even think this review through?
So, but I'm gonna say the game sucks now. How about that, Konami? This game is the same exact crap as Aria. Now, Aria was good, but this is a milk game, and they're trying to rip you off. Konami's trying to rip you the heck off just because the graphics are a little bit better. It's Soma, again, the reincarnation of Dracula, and it's the same crap.
Ah, well, that's so nice of you, spoiling the ending for anyone who has not played the game. Good job breaking one of the most important rules in a review.
If you played Aria, do not buy this game. It is definitely not worth getting a DS for.
What if you love the gameplay of Aria of Sorrows? You know, like I said before, the gameplay did not change, so I can't see any real issues with the game from my personal experience. They're both very fun games. maybe I would believe you on what you say here if made some actual points and some actual justifiable reasons behind what you're saying.
So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 just because it's like Aria. That's the only reason why it gets points.
Weren't you just a second ago complaining that it was too much like Aria Sorrows, but now you're going to give points to this game because it's like Aria Sorrows? I think someone said it best when they stated, "I smell hypocrisy!"
And the control's pretty good. Don't buy it. Peace.
Oh, okay, we made it to the end. Dear God, we made it to the end. Codebreaker1337, I have to say, you make the Irate Gamer, Game Dude, NC-17, and Navigator all look credible. Here's a quick little hint for you. If you want to review a game, have the damn game first so you can reference it in your reviews. If you use your own footage, you won't have to rush through the points that you're trying to make and will have the chance to expand and explain them. Now, I understand that not everyone can afford games that they want to review, but here's a quick fix for that when you're looking at something like Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, or any of those old school systems. I want you to go to google.com and search for Game Boy Advance emulator. When you find one, download it. Then search for Nintendo DS emulator. When you find one, download it. And then search for Cam Studio and download that. With these tools, you could have made credible reviews out of these games instead of using someone else's footage. If you can't do that, then I am sorry, I have to say, don't make reviews. Find another type of video to do. One last major point is that I have to honestly can't think that you scripted these videos. Now, like I tell everyone else when I do a commentary on them and they don't seem to script them, I tell them you need to script your videos. It will improve the quality. Nonetheless, this is the Professor, and you know what? I think I'm going to go watch some Best of Ronnie the Jewish Skeleton from Irate Gamer. Sad to say, after watching this, I think it'll be an improvement. I just hope to God he never touches Metal Gear.